Da-da! Da-da! You stopped.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Oh, good. My donut is off screen, at least.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. Adjusting my dress. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber. In kind of chilly and cloudy today, especially for spring, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. As I walked out the door this morning, Bernie was like, it could be flurrying. Like, he'd seen a couple of flakes, and I was like, I could have worn a snowflake dress today. Like,
plaid is good. You've got fuzz.
I have fuzz because...
plaid is very, winter.
Yeah, but I have snowflake
You have the
dresses
lumberjack vibe.
Yes.
Wait, you have
I have snowflake dresses for when,
I saw no snowflakes, you're fine.
Well, I know it was snowing up in the higher elevations, and it looked like it was snowing on the mountains, coming into Pisgah Forest, anyway.
And let it be known that it is, why is that? Okay. Sorry, I wanted to weigh something later. Let it be known that it is the 4th of April.
Yes.
And that's not usual for us. Anyway.
Well, it can be.
Never mind, weather guru. I will just be quiet. Okay. So hi. It's Thursday. We're doing one day a week right now for the foreseeable future, just as we recover and try to get ready for the yarn crawl. So it's not only recovering, it's getting ready for... I feel like I have not been advertising this as much as I could, but there's been a lot going on. So the Western North Carolina Yarn Crawl is an annual event where a bunch of shops in Western North Carolina, it may not be all of them. This year we're back up to 12 in, I guess, what we call the 828 area code, which is a really big chunk of the state, although the state's really big on top of that. So, 12 shops, all participating, celebrating yarn. It really is like a physical location event. So we won't necessarily be having like sales online during this time, but we might afterwards. So what is the time? Hey Liz, do you know the dates of the yarn crawl? And if you don't, that's okay.
It's the week before Mother's Day.
That's one way to say it. Yes.
That's
the safe way to say it.
That way I don't have to remember physical dates.
It's May 7th through the 12th. I haven't actually decided if we're open on the 12th. We're not usually. We may just be like, no, it's Sunday. We're closed. We're done.
Depends on life.
Depends on life. Although the brochures and everything else that go out, if we don't decide to open on Sunday, the brochures are not going to say that we're open on Sunday. It could just be we haven't died yet. Let's open the doors and see who comes by.
Or we're dead and
I'm glad we didn't say we were going to be open on Sunday. So yes, it's like Tuesday through Sunday, but all the shops have their own days within that. So it's not like all the shops are open Tuesday through Sunday. Right before Mother's Day. I can't speak. How is that new? I was about to say I can't speak today, but
That's normal.
If y'all have watched the show before, I have issues almost every time. So, yeah, it's so much easier than counting, Liz.
Well, Kathleen, if you're watching, quit watching because I'm spinning during this.
This
and
will be
there
scary.
Will be. No. Kathleen doesn't like the lumps.
Oh, well, it's like Hannah doesn't like it when we frog stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is April 4th and the yarn crawl starts May 7th. So it's like a month away and there's lots that we still either want to do or need to do, or we'll just see what we get done. But yeah, this guy totally rests on his tail, which is fine. Okay. I'll get to him later. Squirrely. This is technically a squirrel. Isn't he cute? I'll explain more later. So that's our big thing right now of why, like, one of the reasons we're just like, wah. And it's always a mad rush, and I always want to get more done than we do before the crawl hits. But that's the next big thing on our radar screen. I will say, that's just fascinating. I'm going to get so distracted by that, but that's okay. You can get distracted by it too. Look, it's on camera. Liz is spinning. Just to be very, very clear, these are not supplies you can get from the shop, the spinner or the stuff she's spinning.
Yeah.
We do have some roving in the shop that can work for spinning, very limited quantities. But our shop is not spinning focused, so that's just, it's something fun to watch her do, though.
Well, and part of the reason I pulled it up was it was one of the few things that I worked on this week.
Yes.
So,
we can transition to that as long as we don't forget to talk about my classes at the end. Okay?
Or you can talk about your classes now.
Real fast.
I can pause.
Real fast, because I'm going to forget.
It's not a thing.
Shush. No. So this weekend is the second in our series of brioche skills classes. So the spring make along is brioche, and I am going to show you some of the brioche I'm working on. Brioche is like fancy ribbing in 2 colors is the best way to describe it. Where parts of it are reversible. Some of the increasing and decreasing in patterning, if you want a funky pattern to happen, will only show on one side. But you'll have one color dominant on either side. And that is actually what this weekend's classes are about. Is we started with brioche in the round 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago. And that, I think, is the easiest way to learn the brioche techniques and skills, because each color only has one job, because you're always going in a circle. And this weekend is like level 2. We're leveling up, where we're going to do brioche flat, which is where you work across the row and turn. But you work across each row twice and before you turn. So there's tips and tricks to making sure you're doing the right thing on the right side. Like, each color has a different job depending on the side you're on. And I know for some people that can sound confusing. I think it's very doable once you learn the tricks to it. So our in-person class is full. That's Saturday. We keep that to a minimum number of students so that I can go around and help people with it and offer a lot of one-on-one help. The virtual class has unlimited space, so you can always jump into that, and that's on Sunday from 1 to 3 U.S. Eastern Time. But jumping in means you have to purchase it first through our online shop. And you can purchase, we have 4 lessons in the series. You can purchase all 4, and even though the first one's happened, and get the recording of the first one. I record the Zoom sessions, and I post it as a private link on YouTube. And that link is always there, so you can always go watch it if you've purchased it. So just a heads up, there's plenty of space in the online version. And what we did online is I lectured and shared and showed techniques for about half the session, for about an hour. And then we had a work session for the other half. And I think it went pretty well, because people either were working on it going, whoa, what do I do here? And I helped the best I could without seeing it right in front of me. Or they just asked follow-up questions. And the second lesson, the one that's happening this weekend, is very much going to build on last class. So it's not from the ground up on brioche. You might be able to catch up on it if you haven't done any brioche. But I'm going to be referencing things people have already learned in the first lesson. So, but you can always go back and watch that one and build on your skills. So, anyway, so I wanted to get that out of the way. Also, nuts and bolts and technical stuff out of the way first. We have one sit and stitch a week that's on Zoom. It is Tuesday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. And you get into Zoom with the code to get in is the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And our April virtual Sunday dual platform sit and stitch, where Facebook Live and Zoom, that is going to be April 14th. It's not this Sunday. It is a week from Sunday. I'm not doing them on the same day as I'm doing classes. And it's the same shop phone number to get in. The sit and stitch is from 2 to 4 p.m. My lessons are from 1 to 3 p.m. Not to be confusing at all. Anyway, so
I almost missed your last class.
Yeah, because I was thinking it's like
2 to 4.
Everything's 2 to 4 now. No, that happened because of COVID. And our classes, which we did, the first series we did before COVID, I'm trying to keep them at the same time. So, anyway, Liz, what have you been working on lately? I'm sorry. You just started spinning again.
I was moving it up. So, my spinning is going to be my May hair. I was like, I need dragon hair. So,
it's cute. I can move this out of the way.
It is wool, wild silk, and recycled sari
Wild silk?
Yeah, it's
Silk
the
that
green,
plays in
I
the
think.
wild?
it's not
Silk's made
as
from
I don't know.
the silkworm. So
Yeah.
it's rustic.
Rustic.
That's probably what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I pulled the braid apart.
I have visions of silk being like in the wilderness.
I pulled the braid apart, and there were different colors of wool in the braid. So there was a teal, there was a cream, there was this really pretty pistachio green, and then there was the blue. Mm-hmm. And then they all have the silk and the sari silk, and it's art yarn because sari silk likes to clump. That's why I keep stopping, is to thin out some of the clumps. And so I've been working on that, and I will ply it sometime soon. And the other thing I have
So the first thing from roving, from like pencil roving like this, you can get a single ply that you spin.
Yeah.
And then later you put the plies together. Will you do it on the same machine?
Yeah, there are several different ways.
I'm just curious. I'm asking for those of us who are like me and know
asking
nothing.
for a friend.
Nothing about what's going on.
So,
Yes?
Pencil roving, I think, is a little thinner than what I'm
Yeah, but taking a chunk of
taking
something,
the chunk of roving,
something that's not yarn yet.
you spin it into a single, which sometimes the longer you spin, the thinner you get, and this is super lumpy. There is no consistency. It's crazier than Noro's thick thin. And then there are a couple different ways to ply it. Like, you can evenly divide it up onto different bobbins and have like a 2 or 3 ply.
And have them all going.
And have them all going and spinning together. I'm going to chain ply it.
All right.
Which I take the one bobbin of single, and it's like doing a giant crochet loop.
I've seen
with your
Kathleen
hand.
do that, and I don't understand it, but it's cool.
It makes 3 plies.
Okay.
So I can do a 3 ply
I will
yarn,
take your word for it.
with just the single.
Yeah.
And
which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you when I play this.
Like I said, I've seen Kathleen do it. Doesn't mean I would know how to do it myself.
Yeah, it's like the loops are like this plus long. Mm-hmm. And you're just pulling loops through loops as you're plying it. It's weird, it's crazy. It works.
It works though. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
All right.
So the other thing I've been working on is Death. And Death has a completed body. This is how big my hand
This is a hurrah.
for comparison. So
I would say he's like
10
10 inches.
yeah.
Oh wait, I'm wearing a ruler. 10. You're right.
10.
Yeah. Maybe she measured or she
He's
just knows.
supposed to be like 5 inches tall. So the only 2 pieces I've gotten done is an arm, which
That's
will
gonna
go
be an arm.
like right
That's
there.
cool.
And then I ordered a skeleton pack because he needs a hand coming out of his arm.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
So he won't have a face. It's just the hood.
Just the hood.
But he'll have
Can I see? Like the little.
he'll have a little
Rawr,
arm.
rawr, rawr. Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
So I have the other arm, and anyway, so he'll
That's
have
adorable.
2 arms sticking out of his big sleeve. So I was just like, oh, and the wristbands.
So he could maybe hold something.
Well, I got to figure out how to
Yeah, you're fine.
Gently warm up his fingers so that they'll grasp his side.
You don't have to. Oh my. Okay.
Good thing he's deaf. So, and I have
We've been both having fun
other
with crochet
skeletons.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you have plans for other...
I have plans, and yes. So that's me.
Well, we got in. I'm gonna start with since you did crochet. I'm gonna start with crochet too. We got these little 25-gram eggs of like jelly bean eggs almost of chenille in. One of our customers was interested, and I was kind of interested. Now I'm addicted.
So much.
Because I'm playing with these. So I want to make a little dragon for the crawl in our shop colors. I have to find a good pattern though. Because one of the fun things that's going on for the physical yarn crawl is if you choose to, you can do a scavenger hunt where you earn just like little badges. You don't earn any like prizes or money or loot per se, but you earn like the street cred of I found so many dragons in so many shops. And all the shops will have little like certificates of you made it here, you made it here, you made it to 3 shops, you made it. I think it starts at 6 because we have 12 shops. They're all spread really far apart, some of them, so it's not like you have to get to all the shops during the crawl because that's a lot. But so I have plans, but what I did first is I said, oh, I can make little figures with this. The little eggs are really designed to do the little crocheted amigurumi, like stuffed figures. So I said, of course, we're in Brevard. I'm going to make a white squirrel. And I found this this Cube Squirrel pattern. It's like CraftyBunnyBun or CozyBunnyBun or something. She's out of Dublin, and she has a whole lot of like cube animals. So this is my Cube Squirrel. It looks more like a cube if you hold it at the right angle. The tail kind of makes him rock back. Oh, I'm like, I put him way up here. Look, you can see his ears. No. So he kind of rocks back. I'm sure I could have stuffed him or weighted him differently, but he's the first one I made, and he has a whole bunch of pieces you have to sew together. And I did him on a 3mm hook this is technically DK chenille. It's the only chenille we're ever going to carry in the shop, in my opinion. I felt like he was a little gappy. It's hard to see, and a part of that is, I think, because I'm a loose crocheter, and part of it is just life. So I used a 3mm hook, and I was trying some different techniques of wrapping over or under on other parts of him, but I had to sew all the pieces together. And everything else I've made, I haven't had to sew things together. He's so cute. I'm trying to find...
He had an eyelash.
This is my full... Yeah, he's got... I mean, that's the thing about chenille is... chenille sheds. Like, the end pieces will shed little pieces of fuzz. Where's my... Hang on. I'm looking for how much... Those 25-gram balls, I'm looking for how much I had left. Because I still had... Okay. This is after making this whole thing. And the only thing we don't carry is the stuffing. But after making this whole thing, I still had this much left of one of these balls. I was amazed how far it got me. Because when they first came in, I was like, they're so small. What the heck can you do with something this small? And all the pieces sewed it together. So, they were dangly bits that I cut off. I still have 5 grams left. I used 20 grams to make him.
Wow.
And we don't have the little safety eyes, which, everyone wants the safety eyes, but we don't carry them right now. I got a ball of the black. And all these balls, by the way, the colors may not be online. I'll do what I can when I can. Again, getting ready for the crawl has been a little time consuming. They are just under $3 a pop. So, this black one I have used for lots of little tidbits here and there. And I found all these other ones. There's a whole lot of patterns out on Ravelry for animals and figures that are like no-sew. They call them either no-sew, or the next white squirrel I'm trying is called a onesie-gurumi. And it's multiple pieces, but you attach them as you go, so you don't have to sew together. All these other ones I made were mostly no-sew. So this is a little no-so cat that I made. He's got feet. I'm trying to like turn it to the side so you can see. I found the pattern, and Liz was like, make a black one. So I made a black one. So I've done a bunch of eyes, and I made a black cat. He's little, like he's little. With the stuffing in him, he weighs 11 grams, but that's got, the stuffing. Again, we don't sell the stuffing. You can get it really cheaply at any big box store or online. I still have 17 grams of this left. It fluffs up, like it poofs, so it looks like there's a whole 25 grams. I still have 17 grams left of this. So another little guy I made. This was a no-so cat. I don't remember the author. But I found, if you go on Ravelry and you go to categories, if you go into the filter, you can go to categories. You can go to toys and something. I forget the other word there. And then in the toys, there's softies. And then there's category like animal, blah, blah, blah. Softies are like little stuffed guys. This little Stegosaurus. So I put my own face on him because I don't have safety eyes again. This Stegosaurus, I did have to sew the spines on. But the rest of it was made without any sewing together of stuff. And with stuffing, he's 21 grams, but I still have tons of both of these colors left. But the most fun I've been having when I was looking for the squirrel pattern, I found a pattern called Tiny Magic Frog.
And immediately went, I must make those!
I must make frogs, because we have this green, and it's so pretty. And so this is the first one I made, and one of his legs looks like it's coming out of his butt. I got off on him. I don't know. I think I made this one at home without a stitch marker to mark the beginning of round, which is not the brightest thing to do. But then I was like, that took so little yarn. Like, you make the little arms and legs as you go and sew them in. So the face and the eyes are all still chenille that from other colors that I more did needlework. I embroidered them on, I guess is the correct term. So I made one, and then I made a second one, and then I made a third one.
And they look so cute.
And I tried for open eyes on this guy, and he's a little bug-eyed, but that's okay. The rest of them, they're like, they have closed eyes smiling. I've only been doing smiles. I haven't been doing other mouths. But this is my fourth one. And I just finished the crocheting on him. I get to sew the end shut, his little bum hole shut. And then this is what you chain out a certain number and do little picot type things. But then what I'm gonna do, I think this is the front. I think I finally figured out how to count and do the eyes right, which are made with double crochets all in the same spot. But I'm gonna sew down his legs and his arms and give him eyes. So I've made 4 so far, and I still have this much left, which it's a little deceiving because, again, as you crochet off of it, it kind of fluffs up a little bit. But I'm going to measure right now how many grams I have left. I have 10 grams left. So I've used 15 grams to make 4 frogs. That is a little under 4 grams per frog. When I made the first one and I weighed this, I still had 24 grams left. I'd only used probably 1.5 grams or something. But so it's changed over time. Now I've only at first I was like, I'm using 1 gram per frog. I can make 20 frogs. And I think the estimates were a little funky on. It's hard to measure when it's only a different, this with the stuffing in it is 6 grams.
Our scale only measures whole grams, so it kind of.
This guy's 7 grams. Yeah, so it kind of I have one somewhere that will get to the microgram or whatever, 7 grams. So I'm going to assume it's maybe 3.5 grams per frog or so. So that means with 10 grams left, I might get 3 more frogs out of this. So it's my duty right now to figure out how many frogs I can get.
It's my duty.
It's my duty, my solemn duty. And so I'm hoping I can get 7 frogs. I was thinking at least a half dozen. and I've got 4 already, and I think depending on the tail ends I leave that I can't use in the next one, I'm hoping I can get 3 more frogs out of this little bit, which is about the size of a frog right now. But that'll be fun. 7 little mini tiny magic frogs out of one 25-gram ball. It's 65 meters of yarn, which doesn't sound like a lot, but look at all the stuff I got done. So I want to make a dragon, and I don't want to make him huge. I don't want to make him too teeny tiny either, but I think it would be so fun to have a dragon people can find, a little dragon people can like hunt for during the crawl. So I'm gonna experiment with that. I want to make the one amigurumi white squirrel still, and I have neon frogs, and I can make a whole army of little stegosauri, whatever you want to say. But this is my therapy right now for my stress. As stress comes my way, I'm like, I get why Kathleen made all those unicorns and stuff, and why she's still
of unicorns.
Army of unicorns is like it's for me, it's very therapeutic. So the other stuff I've been working on, let's just show you a little bit. Like, not huge progress on anything because I got sidetracked, and there's other stuff taking up my time right now. I did finally block and sew together, and this is the I got distracted by people outside, which if they're trying to come in, we are not open right now. The sonatine, I want to say, is what this one is, and is it the sonatine shawl, I think?
Yes.
So, and I still am figuring out, I made the medium size, and it's very drapey now because I blocked it to the measurements. And, but then if I kind of arrange it and drape it, I used one really bright color of Feederbrook and one solid color, both really bright of Feederbrook. And I think it's so cute. I think I could have made the smaller size and been just fine. So, but it's adorable. I'm going to wear this right now. It's loose. If you like a looser cowl, like I could leave it draped way down here if I wanted to. But I'm trying to make it look all like balanced and fun and stuff. Just a little bit of lace work. I have so much left over from this, especially of the green. I want to make some color work that goes the other way.
Some green with the poppin' bright.
Bright with some color work of the bright, the orangies I think that would be really, really fun. So this is my latest finish. And again, it did even out the edge. I feel like last week I might have shown off and it was like kind of doing blocking really helped this. Brioche, so brioche in the round. Something like this is brioche in the round where you're building a cowl this way up. Brioche flat that I'm about to teach, you could still cast on any number of stitches you want and make a cowl where the lines go the other direction. What I am working on with my brioche, the first thing I started was Leslie Ann Robinson, right?
Sounds right, but
I always confuse it. Leslie Ann Warren is the actress. Leslie Ann Robinson is the pattern writer. Dandelion Fields is the shawl that I'm making. It is going to be a half circle like this. I've got the teal with a color changing yarn behind it. So this fadey color changey will be in the recesses of it. But you can see on this side, I think it's still so subtle, but it started with like an orangey red and it's going out to a purple now. So this is what the back side looks like. Remember I said not all the fancy stuff is going to show up if you want to wear it backside out. So, but the teal is Plymouth Electrolyte, which has sparkle in it, which doesn't show up on camera, but it's fun. So I'm having fun. I'm almost through section 1 on this with my 2 colors happening. Ta-da! And I started swatching last night because I didn't do anything else. I started swatching last night for my big-ass brioche cardigan.
Sweet.
Or no, it's not big-ass. It's fluffy ass.
Fluffy ass.
The word ass is in the title. Apologies if that offends anyone. Fluffy ass brioche cardigan. I haven't. They have gauge before and after blocking, and I might just use the gauge before blocking to see if this is going to come out the right size. But I'm knitting on size 11 needles, and I am using 2 colors of Ultra Alpaca Chunky. Brioche tends to fluff up more than you think it would. So this looks and feels like super bulky, but I'm using a chunky yarn. And it's probably, I'm going to play Yarn Chicken because I only have so much of the green in the shop. I don't have enough in the shop for it. I'm 1 skein shy, and I tried to order it, but it's back ordered. But it's going to be like trees, like pine trees with the bark showing through is kind of, I think, what we all settled on as we were talking about colors for this. So it's subtle, but it's visible, like different sides. This is what people will be learning this weekend, and I may hang on to it for fixture mistakes and stuff and start with the rest of it. But I will probably cannibalize my sample, my swatch, because I don't have enough yarn. So another reason why I may not block it just yet. I don't do a lot of, hey, if I've blocked it, I'm going to use it in my project, only if absolutely desperate. But I don't tend to block my swatches because I live dangerously. So the other thing I'm working on, this is Mosaic, but I made a little bit of progress on this. This is my Dark Matter Shawl by Cheryll Faust. And I'm using color changing yarn again. I love using a color changing if possible, if we have the right thickness, like slow color changing. Perth is really good for, and we got some new colors in and refills on other colors. Not all of them may be online, but Perth is really good for fingering weight color changing. We have Cascade Heritage Wave while supplies last because they're phasing that out. And we have Feederbrook and Cascade 220 Superwash Wave for like a DK slow color change depending on the project. So that's what I've been working on. I'm squirreling because there's stuff happening outside and the phone is ringing, and you know there isn't stuff happening at the moment. I'm saying it while we were filming earlier.
Yeah,
I panicked her. No. We're sorry, Liz.
No, it's like when we were at the other shop and people would walk up on the patio and
and you don't know where they're going and what they're doing, and it's very distracting. But so I think that's it for us for this week. We did about 30 minutes. That's not bad. We'll see what gets done when in terms of things in the online shop. We always tell people contact us if you've seen something on the show and you can't find it online. Like you can put a message, like a comment on the video, and we'll try to catch it. But you can also, like, questions for us to consider, you're going to email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
And you can email me questions about things in the show. If you email them to Liz, she'll try to pass them along. We'll try to deal with it. You can also do info, INFO, at sundragonartandfiber.com. You spell out the whole name of the business. Like, I tell people when I'm on the phone, I'm like, it's sundragonartandfiber.com. It's a lot, but it gets to us. So, and we'll answer as we can. We can send photos through email if you would like things you've seen on when we're filming, but we don't have the specific colors listed online. We can do phone orders. Like, email's the best way to figure out colors and things, and then you can call us to give us a credit card. We're happy to take information that way. Because getting the online shop, it's been really hard to do all of it right now.
And we all of a sudden have a lot going on in the background that we can't talk about. So we will fill you in when we can. But
when we know more, we will update y'all.
There's all of a sudden it's been like everything all at one time.
It's been a lot. Yeah. And that means I'm not 6 people. I can't do all of it. Anyway, but I'm here and I'm showing you lovelies. And ooh, that's nice. I wish it could stay like that, like for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's not going to do that.
No.
Anyway, it's good to see everybody. Join us on Tuesdays if you'd like to talk to us, like from far away. Again, that's 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Zoom. Of course I have fluff. I'm sure I have like filling fluff, and I have yarn fluff, and I have fluff from your...
It's not the one cat hair that I noticed yesterday.
All this stuff all over my dress. She's like, you have a cat hair.
There wasn't anything else. There was just the one cat hair.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's life right now.
Welcome to our world.
Fluff and stuff. Anyway, we will talk to y'all next week. And until then, if you haven't already, please consider...
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
There you go. Yeah. She says it better. I can just lip sync. We'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.